How's it going, everybody? Welcome to today's stick mobility class. I'm Coach Ray. Thank you for joining me. So for today's class, we do have 2 long sticks, 1 short stick. So we're going to need access to all 3 sticks for today. So for today's class, we are going to need a pair of kettlebells, okay? And we're also going to need a band, a big band for us to kind of loop the stick around. We are going to be doing a deadlift variation with the band there, and we'll also be using the kettlebells for a mix of overhead presses along with rows variation. So we're going to kind of go through a full body day today. I do want to start off in 90-90s today. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the floor and I'm going to start with my left hip forward here. Now, if you can get to a 9-9 position, that'd be perfect. If you can't, that's totally fine as well. We just want to make sure that we're in a good, comfortable position here. If you need to, you can go with a shin box by pulling the angle of the feet in a little bit more here. So I have my left hip forward, my right hip back, both are at 90 degrees here, and I'll actually turn forward. Now what I want to do with the shorter stick is I'm going to have the stick out to the left side of my body. So it's right next to my left hip. What I want to do here is I just want to focus on stretching and getting in some rotation. So from here, I'm going to grip the stick up as high as I can comfortably manage. Now what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to push both legs into the ground, and I'm going to lightly drive that stick down here. Only about 30% tension, nothing too crazy, just trying to get the tissues to warm up and ease off. Then we're going to go through and activate again. So drive down, try to stay in an upright position if you can. Make sure you're driving both legs down. Ease off. Good. Now we're going to add in some rotation. So I'm going to rotate to my right or towards my back leg here. Okay, so activate, drive both legs down, drive the stick down, and then I'm going to rotate the stick across, rotate back. Good, I'm going to come back up. Let's go through a couple more rotations here. Rotate towards that back leg, really reach. Gonna come back. Let's go one more time, still driving those hips or those legs down. Rotate. Excellent, ease off. Now we're gonna switch sides. So it's a really good way to open up those lateral tissues here. And I'll actually turn a little bit more to the side here. So we're going to do that same thing. So hips are in the same position, 90-90s, okay? Right, the stick is right outside the right hip. Grab up top. So from here, same, activate, drive both legs down, drive the stick down. Try to stay in a good upright position here. Good, 30%, breathe, ease off. Excellent. Going to drive both legs and a stick down. Good, and ease off. Now we're going to add in those 3 rotations. So drive both legs down, drive the stick down, rotate that stick across, and then reach back with your left hand. Excellent. Come back up. Still keep that tension. Rotate again, really reach, excellent, back up, excellent, one more time. Rotate, really try to open up here, excellent, rotate back forward and ease off. We're going to switch back over to the other side here, but now what we're going to do is what we're going to do here is we're going to focus on hinging forward. The stick is going to be in my left hand. So my left hip is forward, left hand's on the stick. I have the bottom of the stick in line with the shin of my front leg. What I'm going to do from here is I'm going to hinge forward. So I'm going to drive both legs down, and then having my hand at roughly about face height, I'm going to hinge forward. Get a stretch on the outer part of the glute, keep it active, back up, good, ease off. Now I'm going to move the stick forward a little bit more So it's a little bit, I can get a little further with that reach. So drive both legs down and then hinge forward. Keep a nice active stretch. Come back up. Ease off. Let's go one more time. Drive both legs down, hinge. Good. Back up and ease off. Let's go ahead and switch sides here. We're going to do that same thing. So right leg is now forward. Start to stick just about in line with the shin of the front leg. Same thing, drive both legs down and then hinge. Back up. Excellent, ease off. Move that stick forward a bit more. Drive both legs down. Keep that tension. 3, 2, 1, back up. Ease off. Let's go one more time here, folks. Drop both legs down, hinge. 3, 2, 1, good. Back up, ease off. And now we're gonna go to a standing position here. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna grab both long sticks. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna go through activating the adductor line as well as the abductor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with our feet roughly about 1 inch apart from one another. And the reason why I'm showing it from the side is because I want both sticks to start off angled in towards me. So, and I want the sticks at shoulder width. What I'm gonna do with this right stick, I'm gonna bring it out to my side here. So my left stick's at about roughly 11 o'clock. Right stick's gonna be about 3, somewhere between 3 and 4 here. So I'll show this from the side first. Do from here, drive both sticks down, about 20 to 30% tension. I'm gonna bring my right foot forward, bring it across my center line. With my instep, I'm gonna push against that left stick. What about 30 to 40% tension here? All right, now we're gonna bring the right foot to the right stick. Same thing, push, 30, 40% tension. Breathe, we're gonna hold for 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna come back, bring the foot across, drive into that left stick. Keep that ankle dorsiflexed. Excellent. Bring the right foot to the right stick, push. 3, 2, 1. One more time each way. Come across. Feel those adductors get really tense here. 3, 2, 1. Bring it to the right stick. Push against. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Now we're going to switch sides. So I'm going to turn forward. Feet are about 1 inch apart. Sticks are about shoulder width. Take that left stick, move it to about somewhere between 9 and 8. So we do that same thing. Drive both sticks down. Keep the right foot planted. Hover the left foot forward. Come across that midline. Push. 3, 2, 1. Bring it to the left stick. Push with the outside. Push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come across again. Push with that instep. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Move it across. Abduct. Drive against that stick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it across. Drive against that stick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it to the outside again. Drive. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. We're going to place one stick down here. And we're going to take the stick behind our back and behind our upper back specifically. And what we're going to do here is we're going to focus on a single leg RDL. So we're going to kind of work on the foot and ankle balance here a bit. So sticks across my upper back like so. And hands are straight out. I'm going to start with both feet together, and I'm going to start with on my left leg here. So my left foot's going to be grounded. I want to make sure I grab the ground with that foot real nicely. So it should be an active foot here. I'm going to hover that right foot off the floor, and then I'm going to hinge, driving that right heel back, sinking my hips back. And the objective here is to keep the stick as even as you possibly can. Come up. Try to hover that right foot and fixate your eyes on a certain point so it stays nice and smooth. Hinge back. Drive that heel back. Back up. Good. Let's go again. Drive that right heel back. Up. There's 3. Let's go 2 more here. Keep that foot active. Drive that right heel back. Hinge. Try to keep good control. Back up. Excellent. Let's go one more time here. Drive that heel back. 3, 2, 1. Back up. And ease off. Now we're going to switch sides. So the good thing about this here is we're working up that entire chain. So we're not only getting the foot and ankle, we're also getting that hip and warming up the back. Also, try not to let your back arch. Try to keep control of your ribcage and pelvis here. So we're going to switch sides. Right foot is planted down. I'm going to grab the ground with that foot. Nice and active foot here. Hover that left leg. Then I'm going to drive that left heel back. Keep your eyes fixated on a point almost down in front of you. Back up. Good. That's 1. Hinge back. Drive that left heel back. Up. 2. Good posture, good control. Up. 3. 2 more. Hold. Up. 4. One more time. Keep a nice control. Good balance. Up. 5. And ease off. Excellent. Now we're going to switch gears. We're going to go over into the rack. We're going to go through a couple of different rotational drills. Now we're over here in the rack. And now we're going to go through a couple of different drills to warm up the spine a little bit. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to step inside the rack, and I'm just going to use this as a way to give an example of how it looks from the side doing a rotation drill. So what I'm going to do, and I'll actually kind of show us from the front, I want one stick to be angled out in front on my left side, and then I'm going to have the other kind of lined up with my center line here. Now what this is going to allow me to do is as I go into that rotation and hinge back, I can really drive and separate those sticks as much as I can here. So I'll show one from the front and then one from the side. So the left stick is in front of the line of my toes, and the right stick is just about in line with that left stick here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my left hand up on top of the stick. I have my right hand right about where my sternum is. And now from here, I'm going to hinge back, and then I'm going to drive that right stick across and really reach here and try to get as much rotation, pulling my left arm across my body. It is in line with my rib cage, just not going over my head. And then I'm going to come back up. Good. Let's go through 4 more rotations. So hinge, really pull that left hand back, reach that right hand across. Good. Back up. Let's go 3 more. Reach. Breathe. 3. Let's go up. Let's go 2 more. Reach across. Drive. 4. Excellent. One more time. Reach across. And 5. Good. So we're going to switch sides. I'm going to turn to the side here so you can actually see what that looks like. So right hand is set up the same way. Feet about roughly shoulder width. Left hand's about sternum height here. I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to hinge, drive that left hand across, really pull that right arm back, back up. It's one, deep breath in. Hinge, get that rotation. 2, again, hinge, reach. 3, let's go 2 more. 4, one more time. And 5, good. So really good way to get some rotation. Now let's go ahead and get into opening up that spine in the extension aspect. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take about a roughly shoulder width stance. Toes are going to be pointed forward. Now I do want to make sure the sticks are actually going to be angled out a little bit more than usual. Typically I'll have it here, but it's going to be angled out forward a little bit more. What I'm going to do from here is I'm going to sink my hips back a bit first, right? And so I'm going to create a little bit of an extension in my lumbar spine, and then I'm going to sink and hang. So now I'm going to get even more extension, or I should say more exaggeration on extension, and then I'm going to come back up. Excellent, ease off. We're going to do that again. So drive the hips back and then hang. Gonna feel that T-spine start to slowly open up here. Come back up. Ease off. Let's go 2 more. I'll turn forward for this. Same thing, sticks are out. So drive those hips back first, and then get into a hang. And I'm actually hanging here, right? Back up. Excellent. Let's go one more time here, folks. Hands those hips back, create that little bit of an arch, and then hang. Excellent. Ease off and relax here. All right. Now, I'm going to go with the short stick here. I'll also have my green band here. And this band's actually pretty heavy, and I want to actually make it so challenging. So if you have a relatively heavy band, this would be perfect for you to grab. So what we are going to do here is we first want to step in the band. Now we want the band to be looped around the arch of the foot here. All right. So I'm going to step in with both feet. Okay. I'm going to take a relatively wide stance. I'm just going to go about roughly shoulder width here. Now what I'm going to do with the stick is I'm going to get it under the band here, and I want to try to get the band to be right in the middle of the stick if I can. Now I'm going to grip outside of my legs. So from here I'm going to make sure I grab in the ground with my feet, driving my big toe down, keeping my knees out. I'm going to have a little bit of tension here. I'm going to pull on a band a little bit to get some tension in my upper back, and then I'm going to drive my feet down into the floor, pulling up, and then I'm going to slowly return back down till that tension is off. So let's go again. So get nice and tight, drive those feet down, squeeze those glutes, back down, nice and slow. There's 2. Let's go 3 more. Pull, drive those feet down, squeeze those glutes, back down, nice and slow. There's 3, let's go 2 more. Create that tension, drive those feet down, keep that bar close to you. There's 4, back down, let's go 1 more here. Pull, get that tension, drive those feet into the floor, squeeze those glutes, nice tall position. Back down, nice and slow, and ease off here. Let's go ahead and take a second. And now we're going to transition into using the kettlebells. So we're now going to get into the overhead part. What we're going to do is we're actually going to do a double kettlebell front clean to a press. So it's going to be a full exercise here. So I'm going to have the kettlebells here, and I'm going to take a wide stance. You don't want to have the stance be actually pretty narrow. You actually want enough to make sure you can swing both kettlebells through. And so the kettlebells are starting off in front. And I want to make sure I'm in a good, stable spine position here. So I want to make sure my core is nice and tight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the kettlebells going back, come up, catch it to a front rack, and then do a press. All right? So from here, tilt the kettlebells back, pull the kettlebells back, front rack, press, then back down into that starting position again. Pull, rack, press, good. Back down. There's 2. Pull, squeeze those glutes, up, 3, 2 more. Pull, rack, 4, excellent. 1 more time. Pull, up, press, good. And that's 5. Just going to take a break for here for a second. So I'll show the next set from the side, but what we want to do is want to make sure that our spine is at a good, nice, stable, tall position, and we're hinging to get that explosiveness through the glutes. So we're driving those hips forward, at the same time keeping those kettlebells in nice and close to make that transition nice and smooth, and so it doesn't slam down on the back of your hand here. So we're going to go back to the deadlift again. We're going to loop both feet in. And do that same thing. Going to loop the stick through. Okay. All right, so we're going to do that same thing. I'm actually going to grip with my hands right in line with my hips here. And I'm actually going to bring my feet out a little wider to get a little bit more tension. So from here, pull, and I'll actually show this from the side here. So from here, get some tension. And I want to push those feet down, keeping the stick close to my body, squeeze the glutes, stay up nice and tall, hinge, back down nice and slow. Good. Let's go 4 more. Pull, get that tension, drive those feet down. Back down nice and slow. Good. Get that tension, drive those feet down. 3. Excellent. Let's go 2 more. Core tight. Get that tension, drive those feet down, keep the bar close to you. 4. Good. Go down 1 more time. Nice and tight. Drive. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. Ease off. Good. Excellent. Now we're going to go back to the kettlebells. So same thing. And again, I'm going to show this from the side here. And you can always go super light with this, or if you're super experienced with kettlebells, you can obviously go as heavy as you like. So from here, get that nice wide stance. All right, start off here, get set in a good position, make sure your feet are active. I'm going to tilt the kettlebells back, so same thing, pull, press, good. Back down, pull, press, good. Pull, press, 3. Let's go 2 more. pull, press. Excellent. One more time. Pull, press. Excellent. And ease off. So it's a really good way to go through a hinge pattern and then also a clean to press pattern. So kind of get a little bit of everything here. So now we're going to get into working with a row variation. So we are going to need one stick for this. We're going to need one kettlebell. So for this here, I do want to make sure that I have the stick on the side that's opposite of what I'm going to row. And I'm going to have that leg forward. So stick's on my left hand, my left leg is going to be forward here. So from here, what I want to do is I'm going to drive that stick back to create some tension. So I'm going to shift my weight forward a bit, make sure my left knee is stacked over my left ankle, grabbing the ground with the foot, and I want to have my left hand right about where my leg is. From here, I'm going to drive the stick back. I'm going to grab the kettlebell with my right hand, and I'm going to go from the floor and return to the floor. So grab the kettlebell, row up, 1, back down, row, 2, back down, row, 3, pull, 4, good, 5, 3 more, 6, 2 more, 7, last one, 8. Ease off and relax. And we're going to switch sides here. So what we're doing is not only creating isometric tension on that opposite side, but that's typically going to keep us from rotating a little bit as well. So as we're there, we're creating tension and stability. So I'm going to have my right leg forward, left leg back, and the split is completely going to be up to you. You can go with a really big split or you can go with a little bit of a minor split. So from here, make sure I'm grabbing the ground with the right foot. Right hand is right by my right leg here. Same thing. I want to drive that stick back, keeping that shoulder down. I'm going to grab the kettlebell, pull. 1, pull up. 2, all the way down to the floor. Up. 3, up. 4, up. 5, up. 6, up. 7, one more time, up. 8, ease off and relax. Good. What we're going to do here between sets, I'm actually going to go through a little bit of kayaking so we can stay a little loose with the spine and the shoulders before we go back into another set again. So I'll have the shorter stick here, and I'm going to grip with my fingertips. I'm going to start my right hand up, and what I'm going to do here, having my feet at about roughly hip to shoulder width apart, make sure my feet are forward, and I'm going to start to slowly kayak. Keep your speed to match mine. Good. Few more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. So now we're going to go back to the same thing again. Again, we really want to make sure that we're focusing on keeping good tension, keeping good posture, keeping that movement really rigid here. I'm going to start the stick on my left side. Get into that same split. So left foot forward. Kettlebell's right on the inside of the foot. Same thing, drive that stick back. Nice, good posture. Pull. 1, pull. 2, all the way to the floor. Up. 3, up. 4, up. 5, pull. 6, pull. 7, pull. 8, ease off and switch feet. Good. Get set up in the same position. Nice good split here. Drive that stick back. Keep that tension. From here, pull. 1, pull. 2, pull. 3, pull. 4, pull. 5, pull. 6, 2 more, pull. 7, last one, pull. 8, ease off and relax. Excellent, good. Now, let's go ahead and get into that cool down and start loosening everything up. All right, folks, so now we are going to get into the cool down. So we're going to need both long sticks. And so what I'm going to start off with, I'm going to start off with a double monkey hang. And we're going to add in rotations as we go in each side here. So I'm going to have the sticks outside of my body here. I want to have them out relatively wide. And I want to have my hands at the top of the sticks here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to step my right foot forward so they're in front of the sticks. And I'm going to take a pretty big split, having that left foot back. Now I want to keep my front foot flat to the floor. My back foot, I have the ball and toes on the floor here. I'm going to sink down nice and slow, get a full hang. Good. What I'm going to do from here, I'm going to push the sticks into the floor lightly, about 15% tension. And I'm going to rotate side to side. So I'm going to rotate to my right and then my left. Now that rotation is coming from the shoulders. Rotate to the right, to the left, right, left. Back to center. He's off, and now we're going to switch sides. So one thing you want to make sure you're paying attention to is that your hips aren't shifting and rotating along with your spine. You want to keep that movement only at the spine here, folks. So take a big step back with that right foot. Hands are at the top of the sticks. We're going to sink that back hip down. Get a good hang. Drive the sticks down lightly. Rotate to the left and right. Left, right, left, and right. Back to center. I'm going to ease off and relax here. Good. I'm going to place one stick down. And what I'm going to do here is I want to just kind of work on the shoulders a little bit. I'm going to create a little bit of push-pull tension. So I'll show this drill from the back here. And so I'm going to take the stick and I'm going to have it, bottom of the stick going towards the outside of my left foot here. Now my right hand is right about where my head is. If you like, you can have it a little lower. My left hand is going to be right about where the small of my back is. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create tension by driving the stick down lightly, and then I'm going to push my hands in opposite directions. So I'm pushing like this. So we're not going to create too much tension, just a little bit. So from here, I want to drive the stick down, about 20% tension, and then I'm going to create tension, push, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Excellent. Let's go a couple more. Drive the stick down, push, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to ease off. Let's go 2 more here. We're not trying to create a ton of tension, just trying to get a little bit. Drive the stick down, create tension, push, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Let's go one more time here, folks. Drive the stick down, push, 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Good. Now we're going to switch sides. So I'm going to stick, bottom of the stick on the outside of my right foot here. Left hand is up top. Right hand goes at the small of my back. So I do that same thing. So drive both hands down, create tension. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Good. You can adjust your hands if you like as you go along. Drop both hands down, push, 3, 2, 1, ease off. Excellent. Let's go 2 more. Drive the stick down. Push. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Excellent. Let's go 1 more time here, folks. Drive the stick down. Create tension. 3, 2, 1. And ease off. Good. Now slowly come out. And now I want to finish off with the slap shot. And then I just want to finish off with a quick bow and arrow here. So I'm going to take the stick, place it on my mid back. Take a stance as wide as whatever's comfortable for you. Got your feet pointed out or pointed forward. I typically like to go with a slight toe out angle. I'm going to hinge back, keeping my knees soft. Get a stretch in those hammies. All right. So I'm going to rotate the right end of the stick down, place it at my center line here. Then I'm going to pull the stick apart and lunge to my right, driving the hips back, and then lunge to my left, sinking those hips down, lunge to the right, keep pulling the stick apart, left, excellent, right, and left. Back to center. Good. Now we're going to rotate that left end down. Pull apart. Lunge to the left. And right. Left. Right. Excellent. Left. And right. Back to center. Ease off. Stand up. Let's go ahead and wiggle those feet in. Perfect. Now, we're going to get into the bow and arrow. We're first going to start with the stick on the outside of the foot, and then we're going to move it to the inside to further increase that stretch. So, from here, I want to have my feet about roughly hip width apart. I want to have the stick about 4 to 6 inches from the outside of my midfoot. I'm going to take my right hand, and I'm going to reach up over the top with my thumb facing down towards the floor. The left hand you can adjust depending on how much tension you want. You want more tension, have your left hand up higher. You want a little less, have it a little lower. From here, drive the stick down, drive the hips away, extend both hands out. Get a nice, good full extension. Pull up towards the ceiling with the right hand. Try to pull the stick apart. Good. Ease off. Nice and slow. Good. Now I'm going to bring my feet out a little wider. I'm going to have the bottom of the stick on the inside of my left leg here, almost in line with my center line. Same thing. Going to reach up over the top, thumb face down towards the floor. Now the stick is going to go somewhat diagonal, right? So from here, I want my hand roughly about where my waist is. Drive the stick down with both hands, and then I'm going to drive my hips away, extend those hands out, pull the stick apart. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to slowly ease off and relax. Now I'm going to switch sides. So I'm going to do that same thing. Stick's on the outside of the right foot. Take my left hand, reach up over the top, thumb facing down towards the floor. Going to drive the hips away, driving the stick into the floor. Extend those hands out. Pull the stick apart. 3, 2, 1. Good. Ease off. Excellent. Now we're going to bring the feet out a little wider. Bottom of the stick is on the inside of that right foot here. Right hand is right about where the hips are. Left hand comes up over the top, thumb facing down. Same thing. Drive those hips away. Extend those hands out. And pull apart. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Back in. Ease off. And that concludes the class for today, my friends. I hope everybody had a good class. and I'll be sure to catch you on the next one. Stay safe out there. Have a good one.